Polo G's in deep trouble, and he's throwing his own mom under the bus to save himself. The young rapper just got busted, and it all started when cops found a loaded Glock 23 in his hotel room. But why are the feds after his mom? Turns out, she's not who you think she is. Every time you hear about Polo G getting arrested or his younger brother causing chaos, it all ties back to her. It all came to light when Polo G snitched on his own mom. Ever wonder why his own daughter talks about her this way?
I whooped my mom on Easter. Beat the dog out of her.
In this video, we uncover everything about Polo G's recent crime and how his mother is at the center of it all. From shocking family secrets to jaw-dropping revelations, get ready for a story that will keep you on the edge of your seat. Polo G has found himself in a real-life courtroom drama that even Hollywood would struggle to script. Recently, the rapper faced a high-stakes arraignment at Manhattan Criminal Court, charged with criminal possession of a firearm and criminal possession of a weapon. The chain of events leading to Polo G's arrest started on what seemed like a regular day at the Dominic Hotel in New York's trendy Soho neighborhood. On April 10th, 2024, just after noon, a hotel employee made a shocking discovery while performing routine housekeeping duties in one of the rooms occupied by Polo G. The employee stumbled upon a loaded Glock 23, sending a wave of alarm through the hotel. The immediate response was to dial 911, reporting the found firearm to the authorities and setting off a chain of events that quickly grabbed headlines. NYPD officers arrived at the scene in no time, confirming that the incident took place at the Dominic Hotel. Armed with a search warrant, the officers entered the room and seized the loaded Glock 23 as evidence. Their thorough search of the premises revealed another surprise: approximately $23,000 in cash. At the arraignment, Polo G's lawyer made a strong case for him to be released without bail, highlighting Polo G's commitment to his music career and arguing that he had no reason to run away. However, prosecutors highlighted his past criminal record, including previous arrests for assault, kidnapping, and robbery, portraying him as a potential flight risk, a particularly surprising list given his enormous success in the music industry. At just 25 years old, Polo G has made a remarkable impact, showcasing his talent and achieving significant success in a relatively short period. His rise began with the breakout single Finer Things in 2018, which quickly garnered millions of views on YouTube and set the stage for his future success. Following this, Polo G released Pop Out, featuring Lil Che, a track that went 8 times platinum and broke into the top 20 on the Billboard Hot 100 chart. His debut album, Die a Legend, released in 2019, debuted at number 6 on the Billboard 200 and was certified platinum. This album solidified Polo G's place in the rap industry with its emotive storytelling and raw depiction of street life. His sophomore album, The GOAT, released in 2020, peaked at number 2 on the Billboard 200, further establishing his reputation as a leading figure in modern hip-hop. In 2021, Polo G released Hall of Fame, which debuted at number 1 on the Billboard 200, marking his first chart-topping album. This project included hits like Rapsody, which debuted at number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100 and achieved 6 times platinum status. The album's success was propelled by collaborations with notable artists such as Lil Wayne, Nicki Minaj, and Roddy Ricch, showcasing Polo G's versatility and ability to blend seamlessly with other top talents. With such incredible achievements, one might think Polo G would be able to stay out of trouble, but it's been quite the opposite. Many speculate that his criminal issues are deeply tied to his environment and the influences around him, particularly his mother, Stacia Mack. Stacia Mack is a dynamic entrepreneur and talent manager best known for being the mother and manager of rapper Polo G. Stacia was born and raised in Chicago, Illinois, a city known for its vibrant music scene and, unfortunately, its high crime rates. Growing up in such an environment, Stacia developed a tough exterior and a no-nonsense attitude, qualities that would later prove invaluable in her role as a manager and protector of her son's burgeoning career. Despite the challenges she faced, Stacia was determined to provide a better life for her children and instilled in them the values of hard work, perseverance, and ambition. Before Polo G became a household name, Stacia worked tirelessly to support her family. She was employed in property management, where her dedication and hard work were evident. When Polo G's music career began to take off, Stacia recognized the need for professional management to navigate the complex industry. She leveraged her organizational skills and experience from property management to effectively handle contracts, appearance fees, and professional dealings, ensuring Polo G wasn't taken advantage of. Stacia founded Only Dreamers Achieve, ODA, a talent management company based in Atlanta, Georgia. ODA serves as a nurturing hub for various creatives, including artists, models, and photographers. The company's ethos is to provide a safe and honest environment where talents can flourish without fear of exploitation. Under her leadership, ODA has expanded to include podcasting and industry seminars, further establishing its presence in the entertainment industry. Apart from managing her son's career, Stacia has built a significant social media presence with hundreds of thousands of followers on Instagram and TikTok. She uses these platforms to share insights into her professional and personal life, as well as to promote her podcast, I Birth Legends. This podcast features interviews with the mothers of other famous individuals, offering a unique perspective on raising children who achieve greatness. Her motherly instincts deeply influence Stacia's approach to management, treating all her clients with the same care and dedication she gives to her own children. On June 21st, a jaw-dropping video hit social media, shaking Polo G's world. Stacca Mac, his mom, was caught on camera firing a gun at her own daughter, Lani Capalote. Yeah, you read that right. Mom versus daughter with bullets flying. It sparked a massive uproar, leaving everyone questioning what the heck is going on in Polo G's family. The footage shows Stacca storming out of her mansion, gun in hand, chasing down Lani. Shots fired, screams, the whole nightmare caught on tape.
Get the fuck off my shit! You tough! 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 You tough!
After the first gunshot, Stacia heads back home, still boiling with anger. The whole thing is just unreal. Seeing a mother take shots at her own daughter is shocking and disturbing. People are left wondering what could have sparked such a dangerous showdown. Soon after the video blew up online, Stacia Mac went on Instagram to explain herself, saying her daughter was having a manic episode and had attacked her. For the past 2 years, you've struggled. That struggle affected us all. Me more so BC as a real mom. I was front line. You've been self-coping, medicating, drinking, and passing out everywhere. You've refused treatment time and time again. You were having a manic episode and attacked me in my home, she wrote. Stacia also confessed to sending the video to Lani's father and said she fired the shots to get her daughter off her property ASAP. While her explanation gives some context, a lot of folks slammed Stacia's actions as seriously messed up. Meanwhile, Lani Capalote didn't hold back on social media, coming out swinging to defend herself. Leilani didn't mince words, accusing her mom of trying to act tough and being jealous of her. She also called out Stacia for publicly provoking her and trying to harm her. Despite all this drama, Leilani made it clear she wasn't taking legal action, even though her mom tried to use her connections to get her arrested and wipe out her social media. For those who aren't familiar, Lani Capalote isn't just Polo G's sister. She's carving out her own path as a singer, TikTok star, and influencer. Her presence on platforms like Instagram and TikTok is huge, where she shares everything from modeling pics to funny videos. This messy family feud has split fans and followers, leaving everyone wondering who's telling the truth. Many are firmly in Lani's corner, arguing that no mother should ever resort to violence against her own child, no matter what's going on. It's worth noting that this isn't the first time Lani has opened up about her tumultuous relationship with her mom. Back in April 2023, she went live on Instagram to talk about an altercation she had with her mother.
It took me a lot of points to get here. I whooped my mom on Easter. Beat the dog out of her.
This ongoing family conflict really shines a light on just how chaotic their life is. Growing up in such a turbulent environment, it's almost no surprise that Polo G has had run-ins with the law. He's from Chicago, Illinois, a city notorious for its high crime rates and violence. This gritty backdrop deeply influenced his journey in music. Despite efforts to curb crime, Chicago still faces significant challenges. In 2023 alone, the city saw 617 and over 2,450, marking some of the highest violence levels in recent memory. Much of this violence is driven by gang activity, especially in neighborhoods like the Western and South Side, where gangs control and often engage in drug trafficking, fueling the cycle of violence. This environment sets up a vicious cycle of poverty and crime, where young people often turn to gangs due to limited economic opportunities and the absence of safe, supportive communities. Polo G is the second oldest of 4 siblings, including an older sister, a younger brother named Toyne, later known as Trench Baby, and a younger sister. They lived in the Marshall Field Garden Apartments, a public housing complex in Chicago's Old Town neighborhood, notorious for its high crime rates, gang activity, and economic struggles. Polo G is associated with the 1300 Gang, also known as the 1300 Sville Gang, which operates primarily in Chicago's northwestern region. Composed largely of members from the conservative Vice Lords and Mickey Cobras, this gang has a history deeply rooted in the Marshall Field and Evergreen Terrace apartments. Their activities include drug trafficking and violence, reflecting the harsh realities of life in these neighborhoods. The 1300 Sville Gang is infamous for its violent rivalries, particularly with gangster disciple sets. Its roots trace back to the 1950s, a transformative period in Chicago's urban landscape. Marshall Field Gardens, where the gang established its territory, originally aimed to provide affordable housing amid the city's population growth. Over decades, 1300 Sville carved out a notorious reputation, becoming a dominant force despite efforts in the early 2000s to reduce violence by demolishing high-rise buildings. Despite these efforts, the gang persisted, perpetuating cycles of violence and revenge that continue today. This gang culture deeply influenced Polo G and his music. His breakout single, Finer Things, penned during his time behind bars, vividly reflects his life experiences, growing up in poverty, facing constant violence, and yearning to break free from the cycle of crime. Polo G raps about his disillusionment with street life, capturing it with lines like, "Lately I've been feeling like the streets, this expletive a scam. These days if it ain't about money, I don't give a damn. I'm just gonna get rich." And them plastic hoes on Instagram. Still with the gang though, one false move, them killers blame. These lyrics reflect his perspective on the harsh realities of the streets, prioritizing financial success while remaining wary of the dangers that come with gang affiliation. Being part of the gang world meant Polo G was inevitably caught up in the rivalries, including a significant one with the OT gang. This faction is a prominent player in Chicago's intricate gang landscape, notorious for activities like drug trafficking and violence, which contribute heavily to the city's crime rates. The 1300 gang's territory in Marshall Field Gardens contrasts with the OT gang's control over the Cabrini Green area, just blocks away. The origins of their rivalry are murky. Some claim it started over turf disputes, while others suggest it began from personal grudges and vendettas. Regardless, this conflict has persisted across generations, with current members often unaware of its original cause, continuing to fuel violence and tension in these neighborhoods. The rivalry between the 1300 Sville and OT gangs has reached unprecedented levels over the past decade, marked by significant events that have escalated the conflict dramatically. In 2013, a pivotal moment occurred with the TH, a prominent 1300 Sville member. TH was walking near the Marshall Field apartments to buy diapers for his son when OT members spotted him and opened fire, fatally hitting him multiple times. His friend was also shot in the head but miraculously survived. TH's death was a severe blow to the 1300 gang, triggering a series of retaliatory acts of violence. Just months later, another major incident fueled the feud. 50, a member of the OT gang, in a dispute rumored to involve a girl. At 4 a.m. in Cabrini Green, a 1300 member approached 50 and shot him dead, also injuring a friend. This incident further deepened the animosity between the two gangs, intensifying their ongoing conflict. In 2014, the of Tim Tim, also known as Gucci, became another tragic turning point in the feud between the 1300 Sville and OT gangs. Tim Tim was a well-liked gymnast and close friend of Polo G, known for his talents and involvement with the Jesse White Tumblers, a positive outlet for many youths in the area. Despite these positive influences, the allure of gang life and the need for protection in a dangerous neighborhood drew him into the 1300 gang. Tim Tim allegedly had a confrontation with an OT member named Cue Ball, details of which are unclear, but reportedly involved Tim Tim catching and beating up Cue Ball, further escalating tensions between the two gangs. This confrontation triggered a series of events leading to Tim Tim's tragic death. Shortly after his altercation with Cue Ball, Tim Tim was walking in 1300 territory when Cue Ball, seeking revenge, followed him on a bike and fatally attacked him. The violence between the 1300 Sville and OT gangs continued to escalate with tragic consequences. In 2014, Cue Ball fatally shot Tim Tim multiple times, a devastating loss for the 1300 gang. In Tim Tim's honor, the gang began calling themselves the Tim Tim Gang, and Polo G adopted Gucci in his stage name as a tribute. The cycle of violence persisted. In 2015, Killer, a prominent 1300 member, was gunned down while driving on West Evergreen Avenue. OT affiliates in a nearby car opened fire, causing Killer to crash. He later died at Northwestern Memorial Hospital. 3 OT affiliates were charged with his murder, and the 1300 gang started referring to themselves as the Killer Mob in his memory. In 2016, a dramatic shootout unfolded outside Mr. G's restaurant on West Division Street. 3 friends of an older 1300 member were approached by Trap from OT and 5 others. Trap and his accomplices attempted to rob them, prompting the 1300 members to retaliate. They grabbed a handgun from their car's glove compartment and fired back, killing Trap in the exchange. This incident further fueled the relentless cycle of violence between the 1300 Sville and OT gangs. In 2017, the feud claimed more lives, including the murder of twin brothers Edward and Edwin Brand, known as Ed and Lil Bit. The twins were popular among the younger members of the 1300 gang and were considered promising figures in their community. They were walking along 1300's block early on October 30th when OT members, hunting for 1300 members, drove up in a dark vehicle and opened fire, fatally shooting both twins. Ed, known for his basketball skills, was especially mourned as a significant loss for the community. In 2018, another shocking incident occurred in the feud with the murder of ODG from OT. ODG left his house at 10 p.m. and was abducted and killed by members of the 1300 gang. His body was never recovered, adding a chilling mystery to the already brutal conflict. The violence persisted into 2021, which proved to be a particularly bloody year for the feud. The murder of Boney, Polo G's best friend, marked another tragic escalation. Boney had returned to 1300's block to celebrate his and the late Tim Tim's birthday, underscoring the deeply personal toll of the ongoing gang warfare. He was sitting on a porch on the 3500 block of West 5th Avenue when OT members drove to his location and opened fire. Boney shot back in self-defense, but was fatally wounded in the leg. Tragically, he passed away just 2 days after his 20th birthday. Polo G later recounted this heartbreaking incident in his song No Mask, where he raps about the realities of violence and loss in his community. B-Money died, but he was shooting back. He checked from off a leg shot, but I know one op we seen in traffic caught a headshot. Know a N-word that tried to rob. They cooked him expletive that lead hot. Check the skull, who block ain't like that. They can't say said not. Blicket ain't no missing so consistent with this red dot. Better not go out, flu key, Hollow's ripping up his dreadlocks. The murder of Boney prompted immediate retaliation from 1300. Spaz, an OT affiliate who had been disrespecting Boney shortly after his death, even recorded a mocking song about him. 4 days later, Spaz was driving when a car full of 1300 members pulled up beside him and opened fire, killing him. This incident further intensified the feud, leading to a series of retaliatory attacks between both gangs. In October 2021, the tension escalated with the killing of Kappa, a 16-year-old OT member. She was out partying when her location was disclosed to 1300 members. They waited for her, boxed her car in, and fatally shot her. 2 weeks later, OT retaliated by setting up Turtle, an older 1300 member with 3 children. Turtle, thinking he was meeting a girl, was ambushed by OT members who shot him multiple times, ultimately killing him with a shot to the head. The current state of the rivalry between the 1300 Sville and OT gangs remains extremely tense and dangerous, characterized by ongoing acts of violence and revenge that perpetuate the cycle of bloodshed and loss. Both the 1300 Sville and OT gangs are deeply entrenched in their respective territories, with members constantly vigilant against potential threats. This tense environment may provide context for why Polo G was found with a loaded gun in his hotel room. Many speculate that his affiliations with the 1300 gang have contributed to his multiple run-ins with the law over the past year. In addition to the recent incident that led to his arraignment in court, Polo G has faced several other legal challenges. On June 9, 2021, shortly after the release of his highly anticipated album, Hall of Fame, Polo G encountered one of his first publicized legal issues. The album marked a significant milestone in his career, featuring the chart-topping single Rapstar, which debuted at #1 on the Billboard Hot 100 in April. Polo G was in Miami to celebrate this achievement with friends, family, and his team. The celebration kicked off with an album release party that buzzed with excitement, attended by industry insiders, fellow artists, and fans showing their support for Polo G. As the night progressed, Polo G, his younger brother Trench Baby, and their security team decided to return to their hotel. While driving through downtown Miami, Their vehicle was pulled over by the police under circumstances that remain unclear. This incident set the stage for a dramatic turn of events amidst the celebratory atmosphere. According to arrest affidavits from the Miami Police Department, the situation quickly escalated after officers ordered everyone out of Polo G's vehicle to search them for firearms. The tension arose when a passenger mentioned that the vehicle was bulletproof. Polo G, already tense from the unexpected stop, reportedly became aggressive and resisted arrest. The documents state that he ended up in a physical struggle on the ground with officers, allegedly striking one multiple times as they attempted to handcuff him. The scene was chaotic, with shouts and scuffles disrupting the night in Miami. Upon news of the arrest, Polo G's mother, Stacia Mack, swiftly took to social media to defend her son. She accused the police of unjustly stopping the vehicle and spoke out in support of Polo G.
They stopped them because they were driving while black. Let's keep in mind that they were driving in a licensed vehicle with security and a driver.
Following Polo G's arrest, news of the incident circulated widely, prompting fans and supporters to rally behind him and criticize the Miami police for alleged misconduct. The situation ignited a heated debate about police conduct and racial profiling. Initially facing serious charges including 2 felonies for battery of an officer and threatening a public servant, as well as 3 misdemeanors for criminal mischief, resisting arrest, and resisting an officer without violence, Polo G saw a shift in his legal situation. On November 15, 2021, the police dropped the felony charges and the criminal mischief misdemeanor due to insufficient evidence. Prosecutors agreed to dismiss the remaining charges under the condition that Polo G attend an anger management program. A year later, body cam footage of the arrest was leaked to TMZ, shedding light on the events that transpired and highlighting the rationale behind the mandated anger management program. In one part of the video, an officer is seen using his computer inside a police car while Polo G, off camera, can be heard yelling at him about his career choice. This moment captured on the body cam footage became a focal point in discussions surrounding the incident, reflecting the tense exchange between Polo G and the officers during the arrest.
Oh! You broke as hell, I definitely.
Oh, here go about the broke and about the money. Oh my god.
Broski, you broke. I'm just saying, you got $10,000 in your bank account right now. You got $10,000 in your bank account. I'm just saying, bro.
Later in the video, Polo G is seen receiving medical aid and claiming that the police caused him to black out when they first apprehended him.
How come I didn't black out? How the fuck you gonna tell me what the fuck I did?
Because you were kicking the doors the whole time.
I'm telling you, when you first apprehended me, and they slammed me to the floor, I blacked out. That's what I just told this lady right here.
The situation worsened significantly when it was revealed that Trench Baby was involved in a drive-by shooting on June 10, 2023, resulting in the tragic death of 20-year-old Deshaun Barry in North Hollywood. Barry was found in a parking lot with gunshot wounds and was pronounced dead at the scene by paramedics. These events underscore the profound impact of Polo G and Trench Baby's environment and family dynamics. Growing up in a violent and crime-ridden area has led both brothers to face numerous legal challenges, reflecting the harsh realities of their upbringing. Currently, Polo G is facing upcoming court appearances related to his recent arrest, and there is considerable attention on the outcome of these legal proceedings. If you enjoyed this video, click on the one showing on your screen now to watch similar content.